Welcome back to Apex Alchemy. Today we have one of Rusty's knives. It's a Benchmade Taggedout. You got the bug out, be your blue class. This is technically a blue class as well, but it's a hunt series. Then you got the bell out, which is personally probably my favorite one out of the three. But I love handling this one, man. Like, this one is really cool. And we appreciate Rusty for sending it along. We'll get the box out of the way. So you got your grippery handles just like you would on a bug out or a bell out. Titanium does make handles for the Taggedout, and Rusty said that he was going to grab up some titanium scales for it when he gets it back. And I would be excited to check it, to see
what it looks like.
Yeah, I have to get him to send me some pictures. But I was looking at some of the scales, and they do look really nice. I'm tough on Benchmade, y'all. I really am, man. And I gotta come to, I come to terms with a little bit. This past week, whenever I was doing a little bit of digging on the knife, trying to figure out how I'd feel about it. And when I was handling it, I was thinking maybe this knife would be $150. Because at one point you could grab up a bell out for I want to say
He's cleaning that blade off, by the way.
about roughly 125, and you can still find bell outs in that price range on the used market. I've even seen them for 90. But the thing is this one is about 180. And I was like, okay, that's the Benchmade tax. It's a little bit overpriced. But is it? That's for everybody to decide themselves, I suppose. But I just ordered a Spartan Bronze Field Grade Series, Poros. I think it's how it's pronounced. And I got it, it's made in Taiwan. It's an import knife, and I paid $161 for it. This is an American-made knife, and it comes with an excellent warranty. And I'm not saying the Spartan doesn't. The Spartan does come with an excellent warranty as well. But it is an import. It's not made in the U.S., and that'll matter to some folks,
Yeah.
So, when you're weighing those apples and oranges, is 180 really too much? Especially in today's prices. I think this is it's a great knife. It's got like a Crooked River style blade with a thinner blade stock. You got CPM 154, which is an excellent outdoor steel. I personally think I would like a little bit thicker of a blade stock for an outdoor knife, but I do understand that these are for skinners.
I was going to say it's a little more slicey.
Yeah. So having a thinner blade stock just to get through that deer or whatever,
and having that
trail point.
Well, the pointier tip there too to get started.
Yeah. I love the spotty hole being here. I saw some Taggedouts that didn't have the spotty hole. No, man, don't get me lying. I don't know what all kind of versions they make. This is specifically the 15 the 15 535. The 535 is the Benchmade. The Benchmade bug out, and the 537 is the bell out. So anything with 15, if it has 5 digits and it starts with 15, it's in the hunt series. Like the Grizzly Ridge, I want to say it was like the 15087. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, it does have the grivery handles, or grivery, but man, they're solid. There's not as much flex to this one as there was.
No, that was the first thing I did. I was like,
yeah,
it feels bug outish. Is it as flimsy handled as a bug out?
I like the anodized standoffs, the barrel spacers. They're they're orange or like a coppery type of color. it'd be kind of cool to see if he replaces those as well. Whenever he replaces
The scales.
the scales, like if he gets a scale that goes along well with those barrel spacers, it'd be kind of cool. It does have a minimal Benchmade style liner in there, like the same one a lot of the Benchmades have. It's just the liner doesn't. It's inset into the scales and it only runs down about right here, which is what that screw is screwing into. So you don't have a liner, no stainless steel liner from here back. Axis lock on this one feels great in comparison to a lot of the axis locks I felt with Benchmade. Blade centering, little to the right, but not bad. The action is like amazing, like really is. It's an incredible knife. Do we have the calipers back here?
We do.
1 second.
Let me grab.
Okay, I attempted to center the blade a little bit, but I'm not having any luck, and I'm not gonna mess with it too much because it's not mine. But it was tight. It wasn't loose. It's just not correcting, you know. Like no matter how. So I'm not gonna mess it up. Unless I did. Unless I I may have over tightened it. Yeah, I've taken all the action out. Well, that's a number 10. Yeah, that's a T10 for the pivot there. It's a great feeling knife. I want to make sure. Yeah, I mean just the slightest little wobble, but no forward and back. No, just a tiny bit of side to side. So it may need to be tightened up a little bit more. I'll play with that with Rusty's permission. But man,
You're gonna do the calipers.
yeah. Let's do the calipers. It's 3/30 seconds. 2.33 millimeter. Or 0.09 blade stock. And that's at its, well, what the hell?
I'm getting in the hole.
Okay. That's weird.
Scoot up in front of it some, in front of that hole. There you go. Yeah, still about 0.09.
I'm saying 0.08 now. I don't know. Okay, back here above the hole, 0.09. All right, yeah. And up here by the tip, man.
Real thin.
It does. It gets real thin. And that edge, behind the edge, that's behind the edge. 0.0, it was like 0.01 something. And this is probably like the most thin behind the edge knife that's been in our house ever, possibly. It's just, you know, it's supposed to have some sort of special edge on it. What's it called? The select edge.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that means. I didn't do any homework.
I'm assuming really thin.
Yeah. The choil, the sharpening choil, I would have like appreciated, I guess, a little bit more, just a little bit more. That way, you could have a finger. I think you got a blade that's long enough here to where you could have had a forward choil, but at least you got a sharpening choil. But at the same time, you know, like
A little more control.
yeah. I mean, like, you know, but that's okay. I mean, and the jimping is very comfortable. This is gonna be a light one, Courtney.
I know.
But it is comfortable no matter how you hold it. It's a very comfortable knife. I'm really excited that it's CPM 154 too. I like that still. Sharpens easy, holds an edge pretty damn good, and it's nice and stainless. Yeah, it's just comfortable no matter how you do it. Is it ready?
Mm-hmm.
2.1. 2.1 ounces. So, like, as far as weight goes, that's about as much blade as you could ask for a 2-ounce knife. You got a 3.5-inch blade here, y'all. Yeah, and the cutting edge is probably 3.3 inches of cutting edge for a 2-ounce knife. So if that weight is something that's
factor.
yeah, if weight is something you look at when you make a purchase, a reminder, it does have a 3.5-inch blade, so it may not be legal in your area, so check that out. But as far as weight goes, like this is another one of Rusty's knives they sell along. And let me get those in the middle. But that knife is what, 2.3?
2.3, yeah.
2.3. So you see you got a much smaller knife and you got very similar weights. I'd be proud to have the Taggedout. I would. But I've always been a fan of the Crooked River as well. Like it's one of those knives that it just gravitates toward me. Or I gravitate towards, I guess. I'm not great at the flipping action. I got to give it a little bit of wrist if I'm using that thumb hole for forward. But in reverse grip, it comes out just fine. Nice and snappy. Deep carry pocket clip.
It's a short pocket clip.
It is a short pocket clip. It's the same one the Bug Out comes with.
Maybe it just looks even shorter.
What's your opinions?
It does feel better to me than the Bug Out. But I think I'm just probably not all that much of a fan of this line of Benchmades necessarily.
Okay.
Like, to me, it still is so light and plasticky, it just almost doesn't feel real.
Kind of feels like a toy.
Yeah, and that's what my impression of the Bug Out when I first handled it. I was like, this feels like a little toy knife. But I know it's not. But that's just the impression that I think is just left in my head.
Sometimes you get something in your hand and it's like, how did the company expect me to feel about this?
Right.
And I can understand that. I'm not gonna beat this one up because I like this one, but I do understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you get something in the hand, it's like they're not even trying because it's so far out of your spectrum.
Right.
But I try to leave my spectrum out of it now. Because I know
and there's definitely people that's exactly what they're looking for because of the backpacking or the hiking, stuff like that. Like all these lightweight knives, it's not something that resonates with me as a necessity.
Right.
So whenever I pick one up, it just feels toyish.
Absolutely. And like it wouldn't be my only knife that I would own for sure, but like we have a nephew that like hikes the Appalachians and stuff like that, and man, we bought him some sort of phone charger that was solar powered or whatever, and he was like, I can't pack that out, man, unfortunately, but I do appreciate it. He was like,
Too heavy.
It's too heavy, and I can't remember what it weighed, but it was like 3 or 4 ounces. But like to those guys, man, he's hiking for a month at a time.
Every quarter of an ounce.
Yeah.
Counts.
Everything counts when you're carrying everything you got on foot. So I can appreciate that, but I guess what I'm saying is like, why only have one bitch if you could have 2 bitches? Why only have 2 bitches if you can have 3 bitches? Why only have 3 bitches if you could have 5 bitches? And why only have 5 bitches if you could have 9 bitches? Like, not every knife has to be the same, so if you're feeling heavy, you want to go heavy, man, go heavy. You want to go light, go light. Every knife can fill a different void in your life. Not everything has to be super huge. Not everything has to be extremely light. That's what knife collecting is all about. So I can appreciate
That for what it is.
Yeah, I can appreciate this for what it is. So, Rusty, thanks for sending it along. You got any final thoughts?
I do like it better than the bug out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much premium to the bug
Yeah.
out, you know, and
More
it's
blade and everything, like it more useful.
Yeah.
Blade.
More
to
comfortable,
me. Yeah.
easier to open. I mean, well, you know, bug outs. It's not hard to open. I like the hole. I like the hole being there.
Yeah.
More fidgety for me, but yeah. No, final thoughts is got no problems with it whatsoever.
Even the price.
No, yeah, even the price. I mean, it's the same price as a bug out. You know, in retrospect. So, thanks for watching. Enjoy the content. Consider subscribing. Like the video. Leave a comment.
Good or
Leave
bad.
15 comments. You guys have a great one. We'll catch you on the flip side.